Hello again, friends. Today, we return to Portugal for this next story. I don't know anything about it going in, but I do love finding tales I didn't even know existed. That's why I love your requests, even if I don't end up reading them on the channel. Although, per request, this spooky month, we will be reading from H.P. Lovecraft. Yay? Anyhow, come with me as we discover the Enchanted Maiden. There was once a man who had 3 daughters. In a country where he lived, it was the custom to hang up a gold ball at the door when they wanted husbands for the girls, who were single, as a sign to the young men. I guess that's better than a red light.
You don't have to put on the red light.
When the oldest daughter wished to get married, the father hung a gold ball over the street door. Many people passed the door, and as they saw the gold ball hanging up, they did not dare enter, and would say, "Oh no, it's too rich for me." Evidently, it is not meant for me. One day, however, a prince passed the house, and seeing the ball, as he knew the custom of the country, he entered the house and asked the father to give him his daughter in marriage. Wait, did he see the girl at all, or was he just, "Oh, you're selling daughters. Show me what you have in stock"? The girl was delighted. Everything was arranged, and they were married. After a time, the father again hung up a gold ball outside the door to find a husband for the second daughter. Another prince passed by and saw the ball and married the girl. I'm beginning to wonder about the princes of this place. The third daughter, seeing that both her sisters had married princes, one day told her father that she also wanted to get married. The father replied that he had no money left to order another gold ball to be made. But she said that she did not doubt him, and that at least he might have one made of silver. The father did so. A prince then passed, and seeing the silver ball, said to himself, "Oh no, this is too poor for me. It is evidently not meant for me. This girl is clearly a blue light special. I don't buy on discount." After that, a man passed and looked towards the ball and said, "This, in truth, is meant for me." He went into the house, asked the girl in marriage, and he espoused her. That's a fancy way to say he married her. After which, he went with her to a distant land. When the 2 girls who had married princes knew of this, they were very displeased and would have nothing to do with the sister. "We can't talk to her. She was marked down. What would people say?" At the end of 9 months, the girl gave birth to a daughter. At the moment that the father went out to get some medicine for her, some fairies passed by the house and asked for shelter. The girl replied that it would not be, as she was very ill, but as they so begged and entreated to be allowed to remain, the mother at last allowed them to remain. The fairies thanked the girl very much for her kindness, and when they were on the point of leaving, they approached the child and, stroking her with a divining rod, one said, "I now throw a charm over you, that you may be the most beautiful woman in the world." The next fairy then said, "I endow you with all riches, that you may be the richest woman in the world." Then the third fairy said, "I throw a sweet spell over you, that when you speak, flowers may drop out from between your lips." Wait. Back that up. Please let that be a figure of speech, or this woman is going to be miserable. Then they struck the furniture with their rod, and everything became the richest form and material, and the house was also transformed into a palace, and when they had done all this, the 3 fairies went away. And then the man came home and thought he went to the wrong house. When the 2 sisters knew of this, and the poor sister had now become very rich, they were reconciled and became friends again with her. The enchanted maiden grew day by day and became more and more beautiful. There was a prince who lived quite near to them, and was engaged to be married to the daughter of one of the two sisters who had married princes. But when he saw the enchanted little maiden, he liked her better. "Please say she's older than 7! Please say she's older than 7! And no longer paid any attention to the other, who felt very jealous, but pretended she did not care. One day after this, the prince became very ill, and the physician ordered him to travel. Like get some fresh sea air or go to bath and take the waters. Basically, it's when rich people feel fatigued and are told to take a vacation. The enchanted maiden went up to the highest tower there was to take leave of him and be able to see him for a long distance as he went along, whilst the engaged girl went behind her. And when the enchanted maiden was looking out towards the prince, the other girl went behind her with a pointed rod and pierced her eyes out with it and plucked them out. Wait. The jealous girl took out her eyes from behind? Shouldn't there be a skull in the way? How much of this is lost in translation? After which, she ran away. I'm guessing that the she that ran away was the cousin. Look, we have too many she's. I'm naming the enchanted princess April, and the cousin May. April was very much distressed to find herself blind, and began to weep. A man passed who took compassion upon her, and led April to his own house. After some time the prince returned from his travels. May presented herself, saying that she was the enchanted maiden, but the prince said that she was not, but May persisted that she was. "Look, lady, you're about a foot taller and you have brown eyes. Also, I was engaged to you first, so clearly I already know who you are." Meanwhile, April was told that the prince had arrived, but as she was blind, she did not dare to go and see him. But when April knew that the prince was at last going to marry May, April sent to ask May if she would like to have a nosegay of flowers to present the prince with. A nosegay is a small bouquet of flowers. May sent back to say that she would very much. April then replied that May should send her April's eyes, and April, on her part, would send May the flowers. And so it happened. May, who was very desirous of presenting the prince with a nosegay, sent the enchanted maiden her eyes. What did she do then? I don't know. Why are you asking us? Next day, just before the marriage was to take place, April dressed herself in deep black and put on a veil. She knocked at the door of the palace, but they would not admit her. At last, after many entreaties, April was allowed to enter, and she went straight into the prince's room and begged him most beseechingly not to marry. The prince replied he could not put off the marriage, as the invited guests had arrived. "Yeah, I can't do that. It would be rude to my guests. So what if we're talking about the rest of my life here?" The maiden reiterated her demand and stretched out her hand to the prince, the hand which had on the ring that he had given her. When did he give her a ring? Did I miss a page? The prince, seeing which, raised up her veil and at once recognized her, as the maiden had with her the divining rod that the fairies had left her. When did they do that? Seriously! And what happened with her eyes? Did she just shove them back in her head? I'm sure I must have missed a page. She touched her clothes with it, and immediately she found herself richly dressed, and, with any luck, not eyeless. The prince then went to meet his invited guests, and said to them, "I lost something, and instead I bought another. I have now recovered that which I lost. Which ought I to make use of, that which I lost, or which I bought?" They all exclaimed with one accord, "Surely make use of that which has been recovered." The prince then went to his room to seek the enchanted maiden, who related all that had occurred to her to the guests, and it was she whom he married. Did I miss a page? Did the pages stick together? This ending comes out of nowhere. What happened to May? Did she put her eyes back in? Okay, please tell me that I just found a really bad translation. Let's see, Wikipedia? Nope. Alrighty then. Something that makes more sense is to, help me out by please liking the video, sharing it with your friends and relations, and subscribing if you haven't already. The notification bell will keep you informed, if you want it to. I would like to say thank you to pixiebay.com for all the wonderful things there that help out my channel. If you would like to join my Patreon page, I'd be very grateful. I also have Instagram and Facebook. You'll find the links in the description below. And finally, I would like to thank you, all my wonderful friends, for joining me again for another story. I hope you will be back with me again next week. And now for a special thank you to my Patreon friends.